Earth might not be the best planet for life. That sounds impossible, but scientists are starting to believe it could be true. Somewhere out there, hidden in the darkness of space, are planets that may be better for life than Earth itself. More stable, more fertile, maybe even overflowing with ecosystems we can't imagine. And the strangest part? One of those worlds already has a name. Koi 5715.01. A planet sitting nearly 3,000 light-years away. Too far to ever visit with today's technology. Yet somehow, it checks terrifyingly perfect boxes for life. But here's where it gets weird. Scientists aren't just looking for planets that are Earth-like anymore. They're hunting for something bigger, better, super habitable worlds. Think about that for a second. What if Earth is only average? What if the universe has planets with thicker forests, richer oceans, more oxygen, and millions more species than our world ever produced? And KOI 5715.01 might be one of them. The planet sits inside something called the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, just right for liquid water to exist. That alone makes scientists pay attention. But that's not even the craziest part. This world could be older than Earth by over 1 billion years. That changes everything. Because life on Earth needed billions of years to evolve from microscopic organisms into complex animals. So if another planet had a head start, what could already exist there? Forests taller than skyscrapers? Creatures beyond imagination? Civilizations? And this is where the mystery deepens. Researchers believe the ideal super-habitable planet should actually be slightly larger than Earth, around 10% bigger, massive enough to trap heat more efficiently and maintain a thicker atmosphere. A warmer planet could create larger tropical zones and stronger biodiversity. Earth suddenly starts sounding less special. But KOI 5715.01 may have one problem. It's almost twice Earth's size. Too large, and gravity becomes brutal. Oceans behave differently. Continents shift differently. Life itself could evolve in completely alien ways. And yet, scientists still haven't ruled it out. Because if the atmosphere is dense enough, greenhouse warming could transform this cold world into a living paradise. But another planet may be even stranger. Roughly 2,700 light-years from Earth sits another candidate that shouldn't exist. Kepler 69c. At first glance, it looks like just another distant exoplanet. But hidden inside the data is something unsettling. This world could be 7 billion years old. Older planets matter more than you think. On Earth, complex life took over 3.5 billion years to appear. Dinosaurs arrived late. Humans appeared almost yesterday. So if Kepler 69c has existed for billions of extra years, evolution there may be unimaginably ahead of us. But here's the strange part. Bigger planets don't always mean better planets. Kepler 69c is nearly 4 times Earth's mass. That kind of size changes everything. Gravity strengthens. Mountains flatten. Atmospheres grow denser. Scientists think worlds this massive may develop gigantic supercontinents. Imagine standing on a landmass so enormous that the center becomes a permanent desert stretching for thousands of miles. No rain, no oceans, just endless dry wasteland. But along the coastlines, life could explode. Massive oceans crashing against warm shores. Thick jungles. Violent storms feeding ecosystems for millions of years. And that's when things changed. Astronomers found another world that looked even more promising. Kepler 1126b. This planet sits over 2,000 light-years away inside a system that's around 7.5 billion years old. Again, older than our own solar system. But what makes this world fascinating isn't just its age. It's where it lives. Kepler 1126b orbits surprisingly close to its star. Way closer than Earth orbits the Sun. At first, that sounds deadly. Temperatures should be catastrophic. Except, the star itself is cooler. And this creates a bizarre cosmic balance. The habitable zone shifts inward, allowing planets to survive much closer to the star without burning alive. Picture standing beneath a dim orange sky, a smaller sun hanging overhead, endless alien oceans glowing under unfamiliar light. Sounds peaceful, right? But there's a hidden danger scientists can't ignore. Older planetary systems may also mean older disasters. More asteroid impacts, more climate instability, more time for extinction-level events to happen. So why are these planets still alive? That question has scientists obsessed. Because if a world survives billions of years longer than Earth, maybe it discovered stability we never achieved. And maybe that's the real secret of super habitable planets. Then astronomers found a planet much closer to home. Closer, but infinitely stranger. Its name is Speculos, 2c. And yes, that's a real name. Compared to the others, this world is practically next door. Only 106 light-years away. In cosmic terms, that's unbelievably close. But don't get excited. Even traveling at the speed of NASA's fastest spacecraft, it would still take over 200,000 years to get there. And this is where it gets weird. Speculos, 2c orbits a red dwarf star. A tiny star barely 15% the size of our Sun. That sounds harmless. It isn't. Because small stars force planets to orbit dangerously close just to stay warm enough for liquid water. And when planets orbit that close, something terrifying happens. They become tidally locked. One side faces eternal daylight. The other side is trapped in endless night. Imagine a world where the sun never moves. One half burns forever beneath constant radiation. Oceans could boil. Winds could scream across the surface at unimaginable speeds. Meanwhile, the dark side freezes under permanent black skies colder than Antarctica. But between those two extremes lies a narrow strip called the Terminator Zone. And scientists think life might survive there. A thin ring wrapping around the planet where temperatures are just right. Not too hot. Not too cold. A permanent sunset world. Think about how bizarre that would feel. You could walk a few miles toward daylight and slowly burn alive. Walk the other direction and freeze to death in darkness. But life adapts. That's what Earth has taught us. Creatures survive near volcanoes, beneath crushing ocean pressure, and inside frozen Antarctic lakes. So maybe alien life found a way too. But here's the disturbing twist. Red dwarf stars are unstable. They erupt violently. Massive stellar flares blast nearby planets with radiation. Entire atmospheres could be stripped away, which means Speculos, 2c may either be a paradise or a dead radioactive wasteland. And scientists genuinely don't know which one it is yet. That uncertainty is the most fascinating part. Because somewhere out there, hidden behind distant clouds and alien oceans, there may already be life staring back into space wondering the exact same thing about us. But the deeper scientists look into these planets, the more uncomfortable one realization becomes. Earth may not even rank near the top. For decades, humanity treated Earth like the ultimate blueprint for life. Perfect distance from the sun, perfect atmosphere, perfect temperature, perfect balance. But modern astronomy is quietly destroying that idea. And what happens next changes everything. Scientists now believe Earth may simply be good enough. Not exceptional, not rare, just one version of what works. Meanwhile, the universe may contain worlds far better suited for life. Planets with thicker atmospheres protecting organisms from radiation. Planets with shallow oceans covering massive coastlines where biodiversity thrives. Planets warmer than Earth by just a few degrees. Enough to create giant tropical ecosystems without triggering climate collapse. Even gravity plays a role. Slightly stronger gravity could help hold atmospheres for billions of years. That means fewer extinctions, more stability, more time for evolution to create complexity. And then there's the age factor. Earth is around 4.5 billion years old, but many super-habitable candidates are billions of years older. That means while humans were learning to make fire, alien ecosystems elsewhere may already have gone through evolutionary cycles beyond comprehension. And that raises a terrifying question. If intelligent life evolved on one of these worlds before Earth even formed, where are they now? That's the paradox nobody can answer. Because statistically, some of these planets should already contain advanced civilizations. So why is the universe silent? But here's the strange part. Maybe silence doesn't mean emptiness. Maybe we simply aren't looking correctly. The James Webb Space Telescope is already analyzing atmospheres of distant exoplanets, searching for chemical fingerprints linked to life. Oxygen, methane, water vapor, tiny clues hidden inside starlight. One discovery could change human history forever. And scientists believe that moment may happen within our lifetime. Imagine the announcement. A distant planet confirmed to contain biological activity. Not theory, not possibility. Proof. That single moment would erase humanity's feeling of uniqueness forever. Religions would debate it. Governments would panic. The internet would explode. and suddenly Earth would feel much smaller than it ever has before. But the biggest twist hasn't arrived yet. Because the search for super-habitable planets is secretly changing how humanity sees itself. At first, scientists searched for another Earth. Now they're asking something far more unsettling. What if Earth was never the goal? What if the universe naturally creates worlds better than ours over and over again? Think about it. Earth has extinction events, deadly climate shifts, mass extinctions, asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, huge frozen ages. Life here survives by struggling constantly against disaster. But maybe somewhere out there, life doesn't struggle the same way. Maybe there are planets where evolution had uninterrupted billions of years to experiment. No giant extinctions, no planetary catastrophes, no resets. What would life become under those conditions? And this is where the mystery becomes almost impossible to comprehend. If biodiversity grows stronger on warmer, older, more stable worlds, then Earth may actually be a rough draft of what life can truly become. Not the masterpiece, just the beginning. That idea changes everything we believe about ourselves. Because humans often imagine we're standing at the center of existence. But astronomy keeps delivering the same brutal message over and over again. We are not the center, not of the galaxy, not of the universe, maybe not even of life itself. And somewhere tonight, beyond distances so large the human brain can barely process them, planets orbit quietly around ancient stars. Some frozen, some burning, some dead, and maybe some alive. Right now, at this exact moment, alien oceans could be crashing against black volcanic shores beneath unfamiliar skies. Strange ecosystems could be evolving under stars we can barely see. Entire histories may already exist out there, while humanity still debates whether we're alone. But that's not even the creepiest part. One day we may finally detect undeniable proof of life beyond Earth. And when that happens, humanity won't just discover aliens. We'll discover something far more uncomfortable. That Earth was never the best world in the universe. So here's the question that keeps astronomers awake at night. If better planets already exist, then what might already be living on them?